Francis Albert Sinatra. Birthplace, Hoboken, New Jersey. Birth date, December 12th. Birth sign, Sagittarius. This is Project Sinatra.
Your host, Paul Compton, and I hope that you'll join us.
And may I, in turn, present the unquestioned entertainer of the century. He took us there before most of us knew the meaning of the word astronaut, the man, Frank Sinatra.
Fly me to the moon. Let me swing among those stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, baby, kiss me. Fill my heart with song. Let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. Jump! Because you are all I long for, all I worship and I adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you.
Following a session of this nature, if you were to ask the kid from Hoboken about his reaction when working with the kid from Red Bank, he would probably abruptly reply,
When it's bassy, I'd rather listen than sing.
Project Sinatra continues in 1 minute. This is Project Sinatra. During this first hour, we shall devote ourselves primarily to firsts in his life. Now, of course, there had to be that first. The recording itself does not have all that quality. It is known as an air check. But the evidences of leadership were already apparent.
Who speaks for the group? I will. I'm Frank Major. We're looking for jobs. How about it? Everyone that's ever heard us likes us. We think we're pretty good. And we play real swing music, too.
Real modern swing music, ultra-modern music. What's your tune?
The Chorus of an Aching Heart.
First of an Aching Heart.
You made me what I am today.
Well, obviously, that first wasn't what you could call an initial success. But the firsts continued throughout the years, among them the acquiring of his own recording company. In 1962, I think it was, I was interviewing a man known as Neal Hefti. And midway through the interview, it went something like this.
Now, you're also doing the score for Sinatra's picture, Come Blow Your Horn.
Right.
Which will start at Paramount on September the 10th. He was going to... Sinatra, a year ago, was going to tape some polio promo spots for me.
We'll give him time.
He'll be... Well, that's the way he is. One day he'll pick up the phone and say, okay, can we do it now? After, let's see... Musical...
Or aren't you ready yet?
Yeah.
Obviously, Hefti and I were talking in a fashion, not in keeping with the well-known style, the lifestyle of Frank Sinatra, because it was known that he had devoted not only his time, his energy, and his money to charitable causes. For example, on the first anniversary of the death of the late President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, Frank Sinatra was there.
Underneath the frozen earth at Hyde Park today, a great man had a birthday. I, for one, thought the world of this man. I think he was a magnificent human being. I suppose he had his share of human weakness, but he sure had more than his share of human strength. So, neighbors, I wonder if you wouldn't mind so much tonight if we sing Mr. Roosevelt's favorite song.
Oh, give me a home where the buffalo roam, where the deer and the antelope play.
Project Sinatra continues. Earlier, we were talking with Neal Hefti, and about that same time, Sammy Davis Jr., in an interview concerning the first album, which of course had to be recorded by Sinatra, had this contribution to make. The title of the album was Ring-a-Ding-Ding.
But I think for the overall, I think Ring-a-Ding-Ding is a type of pop song that is not a great song. It has no great... See, I picked that for a particular reason. I picked that because it is not anything extra special, but what he does with it, the buoyancy he gets out of it, the zest for life and all of that he gets out of it makes it important. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Every go-around of this platter brings me one groove closer to 50. Imagine I'll be 50 and I'll have a youngster who's 5. Being Italian, I was going to name the kid Repriso, but I settled for Reprise. You know, Reprise means play and play again. But to me, it means creative freedom. You see, I've long wanted to produce high-quality albums instead of those instant singles, but the big waxworks didn't cotton to the idea. So we formed our own do-it-yourself record company, and it's wonderful knowing that nobody can melt you down and pour you into a mold. And Reprise is doing just fine. We're not Cadillac yet, but we ain't no bug either. Let's reprise it here for a while.
Life is dull, it's nothing but one big lull. Then presto, you do a skull and find that you're reeling. She sighs and you're feeling like the toy on a string. And your heart goes ring-a-ding-ding, ring-a-ding-ding, ring-a-ding-ding. How could that funny face that seemed to be commonplace project you right into space without any warning? Don't know if it's morning, nighttime, winter, or spring. What's the difference? Ring-a-ding-ding, ring-a-ding-ding, ring-a-ding-ding. She takes your hand, this captivating creature, and like it's planned, you're in the phone book looking for the nearest preacher. Life is swell, you're off to that small hotel, and somewhere a village bell will sound in the steeple, announcing to people, love's the loveliest thing. And the bell goes ring-a-ding-ding, ring-a-ding-ding, ring-a-ding-ding. She grabs your hand, this captivating creature, and like it's planned, you're in the phone book, hunting for the nearest preacher. Life is swell, you're off to that small hotel, and somewhere a village bell will sound in a steeple, announcing the people, love's the loveliest thing. And the bell goes ring-a-ding-ding, 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 ring-a-ding-ding.
Ring-a-ding-ding, from the first Sinatra album recorded for his own company, Reprise. And there is a comparative in store. There is a vast difference between a man at a party, a happy party, and the cold quiet of a recording studio. There was a friar's party. Frank Sinatra was to introduce a man being toasted or roasted, if you prefer. He was happy. It went like this.
It's a gasser, ain't it? I don't know about anybody else, but this is a real gasser. You've heard many wonderful speeches about Mr. Benny. Oh, I should say speeches about Mr. But I don't care what anybody says. I like Jack. I like him. And a funny thing happened to me on my way to Australia. You know those pineapples that we had tonight? That's why I made the trip. I brought them back from Honolulu. We all had pineapples. It's the whole gimmick. Yeah, sure. Well, it's post time. And I would like, ladies and gentlemen, to drink post time from the picture of the same name. No one's done it yet, and I would like to be able to at the moment. Mr. Benny, I drink to your very good health. It's post time for Mr. Benny's birthday and for the most wonderful man that I've ever known in my life. Jack?
At this point in his life, Sinatra had it all. The world, the string, the finger.
What a world, what a life, I'm in love. I got a song that I sing, I can make the rain go anytime I move my finger. Lucky me, can't you see I'm in love? Life is a beautiful thing, as long as I hold the string. I'd be a silly so-and-so if I should ever let it go. I got the world on a string, sitting on a rainbow. Got the string around my finger. What a world, what a life, I'm in love. Life is a beautiful thing, as long as I hold the string. I'd be a silly so-and-so if I should ever let it go. I got the world on a string, sitting on a rainbow. Got the string around my finger. What a world. Man, this is a life. Hey now, I'm so in love.
This was the sound of Capitol recording star Frank Sinatra, and he was enjoying it to the full. Frank Sinatra with the world on a string. In an interview, Rod McKuen spoke of Sinatra and something you might not know about Sinatra.
He has really nutty things. I mean, he's really taking the mechanical thing to the other end of it. He has a taxi cab, an English taxi cab. Mm-hmm. He's the only guy I know who in his playroom has a teletype.
Really?
And he can get all the, he got an AP or UPI or whatever it is. He's got a news service right there. And it's very unpretentious. You just open a closet and there it is. And yet he lives very simply, you know, despite all the jets and all that kind of stuff. He's a very down-to-earth human being and very much a family man.
Discounting his introduction to the Major Bowes Hoboken 4 first attempt at entertainment, to my knowledge, this is the only track in which he ever talked the lyric. The job to make it live. The track, Night.
I can just about get through the day, but the night makes me nervous. Not for any reason, except maybe that it catches you unaware and follows you the way a woman follows when she wants something.
I've been in every kind of night. So I shouldn't be afraid of darkness. But for some reason, the night makes me nervous.
The first combination of the talents of Rod McKuen and Frank Sinatra. Do you remember the first with the Hoboken Four for Major Bowes that didn't make it? Well, it made it the second time around when Sinatra got together with Billy May and the curse of an aching heart swung.
You made me what I am today. I hope you're satisfied. You dragged and dragged me down until soul within me died. You've shattered each and every dream. You fooled me right from the start. And though you're not true, may God bless you. That's the curse of an aching heart. You drag me down until the soul within me dies. You've shattered each and every dream. You fooled me right from the start. And although you're not true, may God bless you. That's the curse of an aching heart.
Project Sinatra continues. Another first.
My story is much too sad to be told, but practically everything leaves me totally cold. The only exception I know is the case when I'm out on a quiet spree, fighting vainly the old ennui. And I suddenly turn and see your fabulous face.
Oh, that's beautiful.
The charts are by Nelson Riddle.
Riddle.
I get no kick from champagne. Mere alcohol doesn't thrill me at all. So tell me, why should it be true that I get a kick out of you? Some they may go for cocaine. I'm sure that if I took even one sniff, it would bore me terrifically too. Yet I get a kick out of you. I get a kick every time I see you standing there before me. I get a kick, though it's clear to see You obviously do not adore me. I get no kick in a plane, flying too high with some gal in the sky is my idea, nothing to do. Yet I get a kick, you give me a boot, I get a kick out of you.
Combining with Nelson Riddle and his first effort for the Capital People, the year was 1954. The album was called Songs for Young Lovers. Project Sinatra continues. Musicologist and accepted authority on Sinatra is Frank Evans, who here presents Sammy Davis and a reply of another first on Project Sinatra, Man with a Golden Arm.
It was in the picture. Otto Preminger had not accepted it. So here we'll give you a little of the background of this film, The Man with the Golden Arm, and a lead in to the title music. And then out of the title music, we shall go to this track, which will be absolutely unequivocally the first time, not only ever heard on the air, but probably the first time ever played in public anywhere. All right, here we go to Sammy Davis and a little bit about The Man with the Golden Arm.
Several years ago, I went on the set of a picture called Man with the Golden Arm to watch my dear friend and buddy, Mr. Sinatra, do a very important scene. The scene in which involved Frank and Kim Novak, where she is trying to make him stay with him, rather, as he goes through all of his withdrawal pains, as he's giving up the deadly narcotic. It was a frightening scene to watch. They rehearsed it several times, and they had to shoot it 5 or 6 times. And Frank, at the end of finally where they said, we've got it, and they had taken it from several angles, was a complete, totally nervous wreck. And I think emotionally, everyone on that set, and there must have been 100 people, including visitors, workmen, people around the stage, were all involved. Nobody could do anything, and it was like a good 3 minutes after they finally took the last master shot, which they saved, incidentally, for the last. They went in for close-ups and angles. Then they finally took the master shot. They reversed the procedure. Then about 3 minutes after it was all over and there was dead silence and Frank was still lying on the bed, going through this thing, then everyone on the set rose and started to applaud. As I was walking out, I bumped into a guy by the name of Bernstein, Elmer Bernstein. I was introduced to him. It was my first meeting, and I was told that he was writing the score. So I said, I wonder what it's going to sound like when you do this thing. He says, well, I got a couple of ideas. Would you like to hear them? And I said, yes. He took me over to his office where he'd been working. And he says, what do you think of something like this? And he started to play it for me. Well, it became so popular, of course, as you know. And I honestly believe that Peter Gunn was a little derived from Man with a Golden Arm. See if you can catch any of the similarities of the beats of what's going on there. This is a theme by Bernstein from Man with a Golden Arm.
That you know. No? Here's the song for the first time anywhere. Frank Sinatra and a magnificent rendition.
He makes his own dreams, his own paradise, but paradise is just a false alarm. And no one's really sadder than the man with a golden arm. He buys every thrill and pays any price thinks he's having fun, and what's the harm? He's following the devil's plan. The man with the golden arm. What is that strange desire that sets his soul afire? The hopeless need for it that makes him plead for it. The walls start closing in, the room begins to spin. There's no escape and there's no friend. How did it start? Where will it end? The ending is clear and not very nice. A nameless grave beside some prison farm. There is no story sadder than the man with the golden arm. But there's a chance that he can shake the misery. That's if he's strong enough and fights it long enough. The ones who do are rare, but with some hope and prayer, the nightmare's done and so's the end. You'll find the sun and walk among men, and gone are the dreams, the fool's paradise, the heaven that was just a false alarm. And no one's really gladder than the man with a golden arm. The man with a golden arm.
Amid some background noise, that expressive interview between Frank Evans and Sammy Davis took place on a busy soundstage. Recorded before we became a narcotic-oriented society, Golden Arm, a song recorded way ahead of its time. Project Sinatra continues. Although Sinatra recorded with Dagmar Keeley and many other girls during the hit parade period, wouldn't you know it would take daughter Nancy to create that golden single Duet.
I know I stand in line until you think you have the time to spend an evening with me. And if we go someplace to dance, I know that there's a chance you won't be leaving with me. Then afterwards we drop into a quiet little place and have a drink or two. And then I go and spoil it all by saying something stupid like I love you. I can see it in your eyes that you despise the same old lies you heard the night before. And though it's just a line to you, for me it's true and never seemed so right before. Practice every day to find some clever lines to say to make the meaning come true. But then I think I'll wait until the evening gets late and I'm alone with you. The time is right, your perfume fills my head, the stars get red and oh the night's so blue. And then I go and spoil it all by saying something stupid like I love you. The time is right, your perfume fills my head, the stars get red and oh the night's so blue. And then I go and spoil it all by saying something stupid like I love you.
doing that one, I didn't mind at all.
What father would mind coming up with a winner with his daughter? Frank Sinatra combining with daughter Nancy, and a best-selling record, a million seller, something stupid. Return from retirement and Old Blue Eyes is back. Another first for Sinatra. Possibly. But maybe after all those number ones, he just wanted to try another digit.
When all the songs are out of tune and all the rhymes ring so untrue, when I don't find the words to say the thoughts I long to bring to you, when I hear lonely singers who are just as lost as me, making noise, not melody. You will be my music. You will be my song. You will be my music. I can't wait any longer if I'm wrong. I'll never find the song to tell me all the things I need to say. And I'm afraid as time goes by that someday soon you'll go away, and I'll be lost and trying for songs I'll never sing, wanting you is everything. You will be my music. You will be my song. You will be my music. I can't wait any longer if I'm wrong. I can't wait any longer for my song.
Produced by Don Costa, conducted by Gordon Jenkins, Old Blue Eyes is back with a return from retirement. We will talk with Frank Jr. as Project Sinatra continues. During his retirement, I spoke with his son, Frank Jr.
But you are one definitive star in your own right, and I can say that now. I couldn't have said it in 1965. May I be truthful?
By all means, Paul.
In fact, I'm playing you as much as I am your old man.
Well, if that's the case, Paul, I'm delighted to tell you that tomorrow afternoon I will go to the recording studio and put the finishing touches on our second album for Daybreak.
Right.
Which is an album entitled Frank Sinatra Jr., His Way.
Got my tweed pressed, got my best vest. All I need now is the girl. Got my striped tie, got my hopes high, got the time and the place, and I got the rhythm. Now all I need's the girl to go with 'em. If she'll just appear, we'll take this big town for a whirl. And if she'll say, my darling, I'm yours, I'll throw away my striped tie and my best pressed tweed. All I really need is the girl.
Alcohol, maybe. Wouldn't that get it? My tweed pressed, I got my best vest. All I need now is the girl. Got my striped tie, got my hopes way up high. I got the time and the place and the rhythm. All I need's the girl to go with 'em. If she'll just appear, we'll take this great big town for a whirl. And if she'll say, my darling, I'm yours, I'll throw away my striped tie and my best pressed tweed. All I really need is the girl.
He waited until he had his own record company, the Reprise Company, before he came up with that great wedding of talent, the album called Francis Albert Meets Edward K. Another first on Project Sinatra. Oh, that's a beautiful trumpet. I wonder who that is.
Harry James.
Harry James, right. Which means our man Sinatra had a job with one of the biggest, best-known band leaders of our era. And he was in a recording studio making his very first recording, singing with a big name band. Can you imagine his feeling in that recording studio? Standing there in front of all those celebrated musicians selling his sound to the world for the very first time. He felt it all the way down.
From the bottom of my heart, I love you. What more can I say? From the bottom of my heart, I need you. You're part of my day, my inspiration is you alone to call my own. I love you, from the bottom of my heart, I want you. It's you I adore. Every moment we're apart, I miss you. And darling, what's more, I'd be on my way to heaven if you'd say I love you from the bottom of my heart. From the bottom of my heart, oh, I miss you. It's you I adore. Every moment we're apart, I want you. And darling, what's more, I'd be on my way to heaven if you'd say I love you from the bottom of my heart.
I'm Paul Compton. Project Sinatra continues. On his return to television, which was called Old Blue Eyes Is Back, Frank Sinatra spoke with some deprecation concerning some of his films of the past, among them the Pride and the Passion, and also his first picture, which was called Higher and Higher. However, before he died, it was my great privilege to interview the man who did the film score for that picture, his name Jimmy McHugh.
Harold Adamson and myself did Frank Sinatra's first score.
Yes.
Now, this was a great challenge because Frankie was a tremendous hit. And to write for him and try to produce hits, well, I tell you, I think I almost had the shingles myself.
Here now, from the first motion picture made by Frank Sinatra, Higher and Higher, comes the song, and it was done a cappella. I couldn't sleep a wink last night.
I couldn't sleep a wink last night because we had that silly fight. I thought my heart would break the whole night through. I knew that you'd be sorry, and I'm sorry too. I didn't have my favorite dream, the one in which I hold you tight. I had to call you up this morning to see if everything was still all right. Yes, I had to call you up this morning 'cause I couldn't sleep a wink last night.
I couldn't sleep a wink last night because we had that silly fight. I thought my heart would break the whole night through. I knew that you'd be
have my favorite dream, the one in which I hold you tight. I had to call you up this morning to see if everything was still all right. Yes, I had to call you up this morning, 'cause I couldn't sleep a wink last night.
May we have violins, please? I'm Paul Compton, and we'll be back in a few seconds.
None of this, we'll be back in just a second. It'll take at least a minute.
I willingly acquiesce. Project Sinatra will not continue for at least 1 minute.